amid conferring effective responses to the environment emergency. We have details of these stories and more if you stay with me over the next 60 minutes. Let's begin this afternoon from the courts because the Human Rights Division of the Accra High Court has adjourned the case brought before it by some failed LLB students against the General Legal Counsel and the Attorney General. Minor President of the association, Asare Hassan, has expressed disappointment over the adjournment of hearing of the case.
Many law students showed up here at the Supreme Court High Court 2 in a case of Daniel Saki and the 142 versus the GLC for the hearing. The hearing, which was presided over by Justice Nicholas Mensah Agudekwi, was adjourned to November 9, 2021 at the same venue at 9 a.m. This, the National Association of Law Students President Hassan Asare has expressed his disappointment over the situation.
We thought today the court will sit and speak so that we can be able to move the motion to possibly injunct and ensure that we go to school. But unfortunately, they have decided, in fact, the AG came in to adjourn the case. Unfortunately, the judge agreed with the position to adjourn. The SAR side is time is running. We have a right to be in school, and we thought this thing was actually unexpected and we thought it wouldn't happen. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and we have to just accept it and just move.
For Hassan Asare, they also need to get their rights to be educated, as has been stipulated in Ghana's laws.
We should not in any way try to limit or stop any student who desires to go to school, pay on his own accord. This is not things like get fund. It is a right that is in law. I do not believe the statement that space is a limitation. We can create a space, we can find a space, we have the money to even, if every student is paying about 15,000, that translates to about 7.5 million. We can use that to rent any space that a student want to study in. So in my opinion, I think we should stop this micromanaging of education as if it benefits anybody.
Reporting for TV3 News, Della Michelle, Supreme Court, Accra.
Let's head to Parliament now because the House will next week Tuesday make a determination on the Sputnik V investigation that it was unable to in the last meeting of the 8th Parliament. The committee presented its report to the House, but the second Deputy Speaker, Andrew Amaku Esiama, deferred the question on the motion. The minority in Parliament pushed for the Health Minister to be sacked, even though the committee did not recommend it, after I found the minister to have breached aspects of the procurement law. Thank you, Komla Kluche, our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent, is joining us for a conversation. Komla, do we know exactly the details or the circumstances under which this particular matter was deferred to next week, Tuesday?
Well, it's supposed to be taken on Thursday, which would be on the 4th of November. This is contained in the business statement that was presented by the Deputy Majority Leader, Alexander Penyumakins, to the House a short while ago. You will recall, like you did read in that intro, that the House had gone into the report presented by the ad hoc committee, which he chaired himself, together with the ranking member on the Health Committee, Kwabena Kando, on the Sputnik V, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Mouk Al Maktoum and SL Global for the supply of the Sputnik V19 vaccine, which at the time had not come. Some amount had been paid. Subsequently, we were told that money had been paid to government tests after the committee found out some money had been paid to Al Maktoum, and that transaction had gone on. In fact, the House had delved into the matter, the presentation of the report, which was on the eve of them, the day they were going to rise last year. But the House did not make any vote on the matter. In fact, the Speaker, then the second Deputy Speaker, Andrew Esiama, deferred the matter because of some controversy of the sort. Well, the very last time we spoke the majority leader of St. James Sabo. So he said he was surprised the speaker put the question at the time. But it is back again now, and that they expected that it will be moved and a decision will be taken by the House on the matter. By that decision, the Speaker is going to have to put the question. If he puts the question, then the House would make a determination of it, and then that matter would come or will see a finality. Then this has been moved from Friday already. The motion has been moved, so it's only left for the Speaker to put the question, and then the House will go ahead to make a decision on the matter.
What else has been happening on the floor of Parliament today?
As I speak with you, the issue of the 499 failed law entrance exam students is before the House. This also was raised by the Deputy Majority Leader, Alexander Market. In fact, he was very displeased about the continued failure of students by the General Legal Council and the Ghana Law School over this whole issue. Now he is asking Parliament, and I must tell you that the whole House, both sides of the House, both the majority and the minority, are unanimous in their condemnation of the General Legal Council and the Ghana Law School over what they describe as, so to speak, a deliberate attempt to fail their students. They think that the criteria they are using as a market scheme needs to be reviewed. They are asking the Chief Justice to, as a matter of urgency, go into the matter and bring finality to it, because it is not helping at all when it comes to legal education in the country.
Right.
They make the case. I'm speaking to you now. Alexander Market is done. The minority chief Mubarak Muntakam is on his feet, and I can tell you they are venting their anger on the system or the General Legal Council. That they saying that they are deliberately denying students from legal education. It is uncalled for. The Chief Justice, they are saying Parliament must make a case. Parliament must stamp its authority as representatives of the people that the General Legal Council and the Chief Justice and the Ghana Law School must obey for or in the interest of the people.
Thank you very much, Komla Kluche, Parliamentary Affairs Correspondent. They're bringing us those details from the court. You're still watching Midday Live with me, Komla Adum, here at Adisawe Kanda in Accra. And as the Ghana Premier League season begins this afternoon, the Ghana Football Association is looking to implement a no-COVID vaccination, no entry into sports stadiums policy to prevent the spread of the disease. The Ghana Tourism Authority, we know, has also directed attendees at events for the December campaign in GH must show proof of vaccination to be able to participate in these events. So this is another push by the two bodies to open up events but still control the spread of COVID-19. We're going to have a conversation with an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association, also match coordinator for CAF, Frederick Champong, shortly. But first, let's contextualize this one. Let's hear exactly what the Football Association President, Kurt Okreku, said during Congress yesterday.
One of the key requirements, my colleagues, will be the need for all of us to ensure that we are vaccinated to be able to access football. So what that means is that all our players and staff will be vaccinated. Indeed, that process has started. And all football fans who would want to access our football games live at the various stadia must prove that they have received vaccination.
So Frederick Champong is an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association, also a CAF match coordinator, former Ashanti Gold Chief Executive Officer. He's joining me via Zoom for a conversation. Thank you for joining us, Fred. So this has been described by many as a move in the right direction. No vaccination, no entry into sports stadia. But this is also coming at a time we're looking to commercialize our sport and bring back the love. And knowing that not many or less than 3 million people have been vaccinated so far, this will give you a hit when it comes to commercializing the game and commercializing the game at stadium. What do you think?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Frederick?
Yeah, can you come up with a question?
Great. I'm asking, this is a great move, but some have said at a time where we're looking to commercialize our sports and get more people to go to the stadium, this will take a hit because many people have not been vaccinated anyway.
Well, I agree with you that a lot of people have not been vaccinated. I think the official figures you have is less than 5% of Ghanaians receiving the vaccination. But obviously, you can't mortgage people's life for, attendance at the stadium or for revenue at the stadium. It's important to protect human lives. You see, as much as we want a lot of people at the stadium, I think it's also important to look at that aspect, you see, because the health of the human being, all the stakeholders, all the patrons for football, very, very paramount, and the revenue you would realize at the gate.
Okay. Now, let's come to how this will work. Is there any arrangements between the Ghana Football Association, for example, and the Ghana Health Service, so we can strictly streamline this one, so the football playing body in terms of the clubs themselves, their staff, and then all the other supporters will be coming through the stadium and the match officials are vaccinated, so that the process doesn't generate people, going for fake vaccination cards just to make their way into the stadium?
Well, there are a lot of discussions, I'm sure, at various levels, but I think one obvious way to make sure this is implemented is the introduction of the e-ticketing. The fact that the ticket will be acquired at a particular center means that there could be a requirement in terms of how the ticket is issued. So, for instance, if you, Kamala, sign up that you want to purchase ticket online, and then the requirement is that you need to prove that you've been vaccinated before the ticket could be issued out to you. So it means that right from the source of the ticket to allow you entrance to the stadium, there's a requirement for you to have been vaccinated before the ticket could be issued out to you, before you can gain access to this. I mean, it could be other means of implementing this. Once it is accepted amongst the football ecosystem, then there will obviously be means of ensuring this. The other way also to give to the clubs, for instance, in addition to the regulations for the Premier League, there's the COVID regulation, which comes out with sanctions. So if the clubs are supposed to ensure that people who enter the stadium are supposed to show the vaccination card, and you do not show that, and it comes to the Ghana Football Association, the Ghana Football Association can then punish the clubs. So the FA, per the COVID regulation, can make sure that the clubs now implement these requirements.
Okay, so are we having this begin this afternoon from the game? We know Accra Lions versus Elmina Sharks.
I'm not too sure about that, if we are at the full implementation, but I think that it's a laudable idea because the government is looking at that people will be educated, people would embrace it. People even shun away from vaccination when the doses were available. And so if an entity within the country is taking up this measure, I think that we need to support it. And so I'm not sure if it's at the full implementation stage from today, but I'm pretty sure that along the line, it would receive full implementation.
Thank you very much, Frederick Echampon there. He is an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association, also a CAF match coordinator, former chief executive officer of Ashanti Gold, speaking to us. Let's still stay on COVID because the Western Regional Coordinator for COVID-19, Dr. Achu Dodo, is cautioning the public to desist from doing self-antigen tests for COVID-19 as the efficiency of rapid test kits is very low. The practice is becoming common now in the Western region, but he advises the public to rather get vaccinated. Irama Smith has the rest of the story.
In an effort to stay safe from the COVID-19 pandemic, many have devised innovative ways to protect themselves, one of which is the periodic personal antigen test. In the Western region, the practice is becoming quite common. Ms. Priscilla Amakofi says she relies on the antigen test.
So we want to find out how easy one can do the rapid test, the results, how quickly one can attain it, and we'll also be finding out whether it's so easy to get the test kit on the market.
So I do it mostly when I feel I have been exposed. I have exposed myself. Usually when I attend programs and I end up removing my nose mask and interact with people, immediately I come home, I do the test to make sure that I am still negative.
Where did you get the kit from?
My sister's friend from UK brought it. It's very expensive to go to the lab to get it done for you. I don't know any Ghanaian who can afford 500 cedis every week to get tested whether the person is negative or positive. No. So this is okay for me.
The Vice Chairman of the Western Regional Branch of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, Emmanuel Zika, says in fact the kit is available in some pharmacies.
It's as accessible as the pregnancy test kit or other diagnosis test kits. If you have institutions or persons who work in the offshore with the oil and gas companies. Maybe when they have come on shore and then it's about time for them to return, it is usually a requirement for them to do some kind of COVID test before they get back offshore. And so persons like that, prior to the test, they want to do a self-test themselves. So they easily walk over to the pharmacies to inquire if they can get it so that they can go do the test themselves before they can do the main one recommended by their various organizations.
How much does it cost?
I can't put a particular figure to it, but I think it ranges, depends on the brand that is available in the market. I'm speaking to a few colleagues who have them in their shops. I think it ranges between 70 cedis to 80 cedis per a kit.
But the Western Regional Coordinator for COVID-19, Dr. Achu Dodo, is alarmed the test kits being used have not been approved by the Food and Drugs Authority.
The tests that they are using, we don't even know their source, whether it's been approved by the Food and Drug Authority. We don't know.
He is advocating for vaccination instead of the antigen test.
They should rather ask the people to go for vaccine. Vaccines are available. At least we have sufficient quantities in the system. The problem we have is the hesitancy from the public. So they should rather advise them to go and take the vaccine. That one protects they themselves and all of us.
Reporting for TV3 News, Irama Smith, Takrady.
Let's move away from one health condition to another. Now, it's a health condition that used to affect largely the older groups of people, 50-year-olds and even older persons. But increasingly, younger people are being affected by it. Only last year, I was at the stroke unit of a Kolebu Teaching Hospital where a 13-year-old or so was on admission having suffered stroke. That is getting worse each passing day. People between 16 and 35 have been struck by the disease. What are the figures looking like? What must we know about stroke and what are our risk factors? Have those increased? We'll be engaging the experts shortly. But first, here's what we know about stroke so far. So 12,000 and 16,000 cases of stroke are reported annually across the country. This as of 2020. And then we know that diabetes, hypertension, alcoholism and smoking have been found to be major contributory factors. Now, many young people are now being affected. We understand 13 years and above in some regions in Ghana. Well, at the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital in Kumasi, records show 800 and 1,000 cases are recorded each year as of the end of 2020. Now, more than 300 of those cases are the people who die, and then the rest become permanently disabled after suffering the stroke. One suffers a stroke when a blood vessel that carries oxygen and nutrients to the brain is either blocked by a clot or simply bursts. What happens is that part of the brain cannot then get the blood it requires, leading to death of the brain cells. So those are some of the figures and some of the statistics, in fact, the information about stroke that we need to know. Let's speak to the experts. They have a lot more insight into this. Dr. Ike Adufi-Obing is a resident at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. She's joining me for a conversation. Thank you for joining us. So as I mentioned in my intro, I was at Kolebu last year and I met a young 13-year-old on admission having suffered stroke. That should tell us that each passing day, there are younger people getting afflicted. We must be worried, must we not?
We must be. I mean, I must point out that the 13-year-old is an anomaly, but the age at which people are having strokes is getting younger and younger, yes. So it is quite alarming, yeah.
And we also know that increasingly our lifestyle and then the kinds of diets we are on partly contribute to what we're seeing. For example, I close from work very late. I have a very terrible eating pattern. Must I be worried that sooner or later I might, have a disease or an infirmity?
I mean, I think the truth of the matter is it starts with a change in the mind frame. So the rat race is very attractive. Everybody's working long hours and then doing business deals and so on late into the night. But at some point, you have to really put your health first. So small changes throughout the day, just including a few vegetables into each meal, Fruits as snacks. If you drink alcohol, please limit the amount of alcohol you are taking. If you smoke, stop smoking. Exercise, just 30 minutes, 3 to 5 days a week. Just these small changes and make it fun. Play football games with your friends, basketball games. Just come together and make it a group thing, make it fun. And then once the mindset around it changes, the difficulty around changing the way you live changes. And
the scarier part of this is that you do not even know, it doesn't present any prior symptoms, so that you know that once you see these signs, you know there's danger ahead. That's so right. How do we then, keep ourselves in check? So you regular checking of your blood pressure. If you have any chance, you get medical screenings are done routinely throughout the country. Check your sugar levels as often as you can. If you are able to do a full blood panel once a year, once every other year, that's good. So you're checking your cholesterol levels, you're checking your sugar levels. And of course, once you maintain the healthy lifestyle, you're in a better position. If you know that you have family members who have high blood pressure, heart disease, or have had previous strokes, then your sense of being more conscious about your lifestyle should be higher. Wow, that's fascinating, scary at the same time, I have to say. We also know that once individuals get struck, I mean, there are different types of a stroke. So there are some that permanently disables the individuals. Some people are unable to survive anyway. So are there instances where people who are struck can recover? So we usually talk about a rule of thirds. So a third of the people will die, a third will recover with moderate disability, and a third will recover fully. Unfortunately, it's impossible to know where you'll lie. So that's why the focus really is on preventing rather than, trying to get back up after right. I know, Kolebu, the stroke units, usually on days like this or during the week, you have events to sensitize people, create awareness, etc. The focus this year is on what?
So it's timely access to adequate stroke care. So that includes, first of all, knowing the symptoms of stroke. So we have a mnemonic, it's called FAST. So if you see any asymmetry in the face, if one side of the face is drooping, or you find a person's arm is drooping, or a person's speech is slurred suddenly, those are, you should have a high index of suspicion and then call to either get an ambulance to get you straight away to get to a hospital, or your fastest mode of transport to the hospital. The other aspect is being able to get a CT scan. Like you rightly said, there's different types of strokes and they're treated differently. So the important thing is to be able to get it to an institution that has a CT scan, so we're able to do a CT scan as quickly as possible and then get you the help you need.
All right, thank you very much. You heard the Dr. Ikia Dufi-Obin, she's a resident at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, speaking to us. Now you know you have to make small changes to our lifestyles. I think I have to make my changes from today, because these statistics, as we're learning, are simply alarming. You're still watching Midday Live here on TV3. Now, a police highway patrol team stationed within the Ketu South municipality of Evoto region has arrested one Adebayo Adesa Oko for possession of narcotic substance. Adebayo was arrested on Thursday, October 28, at about 8 p.m. on board a vehicle heading towards Aflao during a snap check. A search on the Toyota Sienna commercial vehicle on which the suspect was traveling revealed bags containing the 5 slabs of whitish substances suspected to be narcotic. Suspect Adebayo reportedly claimed ownership of a bag leading to his arrest. The suspect is currently in police custody, while the Drugs Law Enforcement Units of Evoto Regional Police Command has taken over investigations. And still in the Evoto region, the Akachi District Police has rescued a baby boy of about a month-old dumped in a bush at Agbaflome, a suburb of Akachi. The baby was rescued in the afternoon Wednesday, October 27, from a cassava farm upon a distress call. The police found the baby naked on a piece of cloth under a cassava tree, crying helplessly. The baby boy was later sent to the Akachi Municipal Hospital for examination, and he is currently stable and in good health. The police is now collaborating with all relevant stakeholders to locate the mother of the little boy to assist with investigations. Now, vegetable supply from Ayanui in the Anglon constituency of Evoto region has suffered a setback as a result of bad roads, and the only bridge linking the community is cut off, and farmers have been complaining about this.
That's it.
Yeah, when you are using this bridge.
Oh, I'm afraid of, but what can I do? Moreover, the passengers in the car, we have been moving small towards to go and come back.
I'm a taxi driver, but you have a problem on the bridge.
because the bridge is problem for us. You know, the road itself is spoiled. The road no good. But you beg our president, say you should come and arrange the bridge for us.
The bridge is in a bad condition, and we are begging the government to do something about it for us, because this is the only road we use.
This bridge connects more than 3,000 people, including farmers and fisher folks from Anyanui, Atitati and its environs. It has become a death trap as several appeals to government to get it fixed is yet to get resolved. As a result of the deplorable nature of the road's cargo trucks that usually ply the route to cut vegetable produce are unable to do so. The farmers are helpless.
This is not more a bridge, it's a death trap. And complaints were made, letters were right to that effect, but nothing was done about this. So we are neglected. Because this bridge connected the whole community of a population of more than 2,000. Fishermen, farmers, fishes are being transported through this bridge. Products from the farm are also transported to this bridge.
The Member of Parliament for the Anglo constituency, enraged about the neglect, said the communities which supply vegetables to most parts of the Volta region and the Greater Accra regions does not deserve this.
Everything government, we are not having the head and tail of it, especially those of us at this end of the country. Fuvama is going. Agility is the next target. Now today, this dawn, I was told that Tegbi is also suffering from the bashing of the coastline by the waves. Those are the challenges we are having. So I can only pray that government will listen to our side.
Several attempts to get a response from the Keta Municipal Assembly for a response to the plight of the farmers have remained unattended to.
Meanwhile, the vegetable farmers in the Anglo constituency have lamented lack of government support in improving their produce yield. They're calling on government as a matter of urgency to address these problems.
Government in the 2021 budget statement and economic policy indicated that in order to mitigate the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic on food production, the ministry outlined measures for farmers to assess production inputs and increase the planned beneficiary target of 1.2 million to 1.4 million. Government has touted the success of its intervention for farmers despite some challenges in the agri sector.
Yeah, we face a lot of challenges. It's about the water. To get water is not easy at all.
The government says they've been giving some fertilizers and all of that to farmers and all those things. Have you received any of such fertilizers?
No.
These farmers say the reality is on the ground, urging the minister and the government to be candid about the reality. They are unhappy the production of vegetables have not captured government's attention to be included in the planting for foods and job. While patronage has dipped, the farmers are left with no option than to depend on the age-old means of farming with the use of dugout wells to supply water to the farms. They appreciate a proper support system will help improve yield and increase supply over demand in the communities.
These crops that we have here are seasonal crops. So if you set up a factory purposely for tomatoes, a point to a time will come you cannot get the produce to feed the machine. So we are saying that if you can have a related products that, and also school feeding, a very laudable lesson. They use tomatoes and what have you. Where can government come during the season when the tomatoes in season? So they crush it and pack. If there is the need for shortage, then they use that to prop up the system.
This is still Midday Live from the News Hub at Adisawi Kanda in Accra. We have more news including entertainment, some international news and business if you stay with us after this break.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was mistake. I no check.
Acrobat2. I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop.
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look Right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any painting be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint mu champion.
The Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISA, at the University of Ghana, Legon, present the launch of the State of the Ghanaian Economy 2020 report and the review of the 2021 Q3 economic performance. There would also be the launch of the Impact of COVID-19 report. Date, Tuesday, 2nd November 2021. Time, 10 a.m. GMT. Venue, ISA Conference Facility. Fiscal attendance is strictly by invitation. This event would also be streamed live on Facebook at ISA UG. Sponsors, ADB, UNDP, and Stanbic Bank.
Oh la la! We are back. Superfam Network presents another hilarious stage play. Arsenal again?
Hello, Uncle Mensa.
Arsenal, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm calling you so we can celebrate the anniversary together. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
What anniversary is that?
Today marks exactly 6 years. You asked me to send you my Momo number and you see what you can do about it.
Oh, yes. Send me your number again and let me see what I can do about it.
Hey, Uncle Mensa, I'm still waiting for you to do something about it. It's the same old number. And remember to add the charges.
Happening live at the National Theatre on Saturday, 30th October 2021. Time, first show 4 p.m. Second show 8 p.m. Rate is a cool 60 Ghana cedis. Dial *447*1059# to purchase your ticket on all networks or call 050-6780-720 for enquiries. Arsenal again? Directed by Francis Tete Nutakor. You will laugh and laugh till you cry. All COVID-19 protocols will be observed.
Impressor oil and capsules are carefully formulated to give fast relief from pains associated with arthritis, musculoskeletal pains, waist and back pains, and pains related to sports and other injuries. They contain extras from carefully selected plants that keep the joint strong by stopping the degradation of glycosaminoglycan and support joint lubrication activity. The extras have antioxidant property and eliminate harmful toxins that lead to joint pains, muscular pains, and bone weakness. The combined usage of Impressor capsules orally and Impressor oil topically gives faster relief. They provide relief for a longer period of time. Their combined effect results in soothing sore muscles, alleviate joint dryness, and improve numbness at joints and extremities. With Impressor, pain flees. For bulk purchase, contact Iona Pharmacy 0553 134 185 0243 123 224. This advert is FDA approved.
Do you want to be a star?
Hey there, Mentorex is here again. 16 contestants with 16 amazing performances every Sunday. And they need you to make them get closer to becoming the next global icon. Here is how. Dial *713*13#. Select the contestant you want to vote for. Select the amount of votes you want to buy. Follow the mobile money prompt and confirm payment. Or download the TV3 Reality app from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Select the contestant you want to vote for, tap the vote button, select the amount of votes you want to buy. Follow the mobile money, card, Ghana QR or Hubtel prompt and confirm payment. And yes, you just voted for your favorite contestant and they are a step closer in making their dreams come true. Mentorex, discovering the next global star. TV3 Mentor takes you higher. Mentorex is brought to you by Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Mosquito Coil and Napa Foods, Sense Body Spray, Club, Better Malt, Tom Vita, Close Up, Geisha.
It's about to get more sporty with a touch of super entertainment with your favorite stars.
Sometimes we play the Pittingay, the Chaskele, the football. Who should I take? Sonny Cruz? Why?
While keeping you up to date with every trending issue in your world of sports on Warmer Plus.
But in comes Thomas Tuchel and everything changes. And when he said he wanted to be better than me, I was happy.
Let's keep it more sporty and super entertaining every Saturday on Warmer Plus, right here on TV3.
The wait is finally over. It's that time of the year again, where you get to meet the love of your life. It's another season of your favorite TV show, Date Rush. Come join the contestants' screening sessions to be a part of the next edition. Screening dates are Friday, the 5th November 2021 and Saturday, the 6th of November 2021 at 9 a.m. sharp on the TV3 premises. Don't forget to send your picture and details to our WhatsApp number 0542 448 297. Date Rush. Everyone deserves love.
Decisions.
Welcome back. Let's do some business stories now. Now, almost 90% of companies under the progressive licensing scheme of the Food and Drugs Authority are women-owned. Chief Executive Officer Delise Mimidako, in an interview, said in spite of a laudable achievement, the authority will ensure that standards are not compromised. Josh Queening has the rest of the story.
The progressive licensing scheme was initiated in June 2020 to support businesses even at the low level once safety was assured. Such businesses get registered and progressively move to the highest level, deemed the best in standards by the authority. Chief Executive Officer Delise Mimidako noted that almost 90% of them are women-owned companies.
That when industry comes in, no matter what level they come in from, especially the small, medium, micro-scale enterprises, we support them. We do training for them. We support on site. So we would visit the factory, we would go and see what they are doing. If they need any support, we do specialized training for them. We do tailor-made training, and we do general training. All is in a bit to ensure that the Ghanaian industry can actually play within the sector or within the region when it comes to AFCFTA.
She said although the authority wants to see women win, standards will not be compromised.
So we're also working with the Ghana Enterprises Agency, who's given us all the micro-scale industries that they have. And we're working with them to ensure that at any level, you saw some of the products that are being exhibited, most of them, if not all, have passed through us. And we've worked with them to ensure that the label is the same. So you don't want a label that is on the Ghanaian market that cannot compete on the Ivorian market or even on the US market. So that's how we are working with them.
In other business news, some industry watchers are questioning government's policy to increase investment in the upstream petroleum sector in spite of frantic efforts, particularly by Europe and America, to shift from hydrocarbons to renewables. But the energy consultant, Dr. Yusuf Suleimana, says dependency on hydrocarbons will take a long time to change, hence the need for increased investment in the sector to ensure productivity is achieved. You're still watching TV3 Midday Live here on TV3. It's not too late to download the 3 News app on the Google Play or App Store and watch us on the go from wherever you are. We're live on DSTV channel 279. Let's now take that story.
There is no shortage of either oil or gas in the fields for the foreseeable future. And if future use is to decline, it will not be because of problems of availability. Energy consultant Dr. Yusuf Suleimana believes demand is likely to rise as primary energy demand rises, driven by the growth of emerging economies and population increases. He notes the world of hydrocarbons is still relevant and government needs to still invest upstream.
Green energy is still not competitive at this moment to be a credible replacement for well of hydrocarbon, despite the phenomenal support that is given to green energy. Yeah, so this does tell us that hydrocarbon, the world of hydrocarbon, is still very, very relevant to the global energy security, and Ghana is not an exception. And we are seeing it play out clearly. Oil prices are around 80. I mean, they are in the 80s. Nobody thought we would have gotten to this far.
Dr. Yusuf Suleimana is of the view the advent of green energy drive should serve as a booster for investment upstream.
You actually don't invest into your upstream to take advantage of whatever resources that you have, they will definitely become stranded. Yes. So even the advent of green energy should be, a kind of driver for players to be seeking to take care of their own destiny, as in investing in their own internal capabilities, in their own resources. There couldn't be any better time to champion such, as long as we're going to have value for money.
Now, a lot of reactions have been pouring through since Facebook decided to change its corporate name to Meta as part of a major rebranding exercise. The company said it will better encompass what it does as it broadens its reach beyond social media into areas like virtual reality. The change does not apply to its individual platforms such as Facebook itself, Instagram and WhatsApp, only the parent company that owns them. The move follows a series of negative stories about Facebook based on documents leaked by an ex-employee. Francis Haugen has accused the company of putting profits over safety. Facebook boss Mark Zuckerberg announced the new name as he unveiled plans to build a metaverse, an online world where people can game, work and communicate in a virtual environment, often using virtual reality headsets. That's it for Business Sports with Kelvin Owusu and Science. Up next, if you stay with us.
Foreign Investment Network, FIN, under the patronage of His Excellency Sheikh Tahnoon bin Saeed bin Tahnoon Al Nahyan, with the endorsement of the Dubai government, will host the FIN Africa UAE Trade and Investment Forum. The event, which also hosts the Forbes Best of Africa Energy Awards, will be held from the 21st to the 23rd of November 2021 at the Burj Al Arab Hotel, Dubai. The forum will stimulate wider collaboration between countries to speed up the realization of a prosperous Africa. Presidents, ministers of African countries, members of the UAE royal family, international investors and decision makers of blue-chip companies will be there. There'll be an exhibition area where state governments, manufacturers and multinational companies will be demonstrating their innovations. The highlight of the event is the award night dinner, which will cover all industry sectors. For sponsorship, nominations and partnerships, visit our website or call on the numbers on screen.
It's time for the TCL Fala Friday. This Friday, 29th October 2021, TCL is giving up to 50% discount on all items in their showrooms. This means every item you buy, including TVs, washing machines, air conditioners, fridges, and so much more, you get up to 50% discount. No long talk. Walk into any TCL showroom across the country and enjoy this amazing discount only on Fala Friday, or call 0202-698-398 or visit store.tclghana.com. TCL Fala Friday from TCL. TCL, the creative life.
Good afternoon. Let's have some sports on Midday Live. My name is Kelvin Owusu. As the Ghana Premier League starts this evening, GFA President Kurt Okrakus has stated that at the 27th Ordinary Congress of the Ghana Football Association, the spectators who wish to patronize the football matches must show proof of being fully vaccinated before they are allowed entry into the various stadiums. Clubs raking their revenues from gate proceeds and may be affected by turnout at their venues. Regardless, club officials spoken to after the Congress reveal they are aware of the directive and they have accepted it.
If you vaccinate yourself before you go to the stadium, it's an added advantage for you to leave. So apart from the clubs being compulsory that they have to, I think the supporters themselves to also see the need to vaccinate to make sure that at least we all save our life. If we don't do that and we get ourselves infected, it will not be good for us. Every citizen and every supporter is very, very important in our game.
You see, the GFA promise they are going to do kind of this stand for any club. But we didn't see them. And, you know, some people take these things not serious. But I think we are advising our players to go and do it. I think they done it.
Alaji, we all have different thinking. One player will say, my body is not good for vaccine, I will not do that.
That's what I told you. But if I told you, go and do it. If you come to me, you do it. Me, I don't have anything to this. It's only the doctors can dictate.
Well, as the season begins this evening, referees manager of the Ghana Football Association, Alexander Nikwe Kote, is confident his middlemen for the games are adequately prepared to officiate the matches. After the necessary training and development with new technology, he trusts improvement in officiating.
Our referees are ready, 100% ready, 100%. I mean, we have done all that we have to do humanly, and so we started from the 2nd of this month with series of courses with the technical instructors, fitness instructors, and then we came to the women, we came to referee assessors, then we ended with the Premier League referees. Okay, last year it was just a 3-day course, but this year we did 5 days with them, and luckily for us we had Lim Kin Chong from Mauritius, who is a CAF and FIFA referee, instructor, to take us through this 5 days of intensive course. And so for me, that is what I'll say. I mean, we are ready.
Well, now the games begin this evening at the Accra Sports Stadium, 6 p.m. Accra Lions, they are debutant in the Ghana Premier League. They welcome El Mina Sharks. The other matches that will be coming up tomorrow. Dreams FC play Asante Kotoko at the Accra Sports Stadium because the Dewu Park has been not accepted by the club licensing board. On Sunday, Hato Folk play Legon Cities. 11 Wonders welcome Ashanti Gold to Techiman, and Bichim United also play against Mediama. As Gold Stars have their first game against Brekum Chelsea. They are also debutant. Ken Faisal play West Africa Football Academy. Karela United host Diana Stars. And Great Olympics on Sunday at 6 p.m. would be guest to Real Tamale United in Tamale. Now from Gomoa Fete Final Academy to West Africa Football Academy, they made their biggest climb on the Ghana Premier League table, displacing Diana Stars to 3rd place last season. The last from Sugakope have a standard to maintain. Wafa are one of those sides, good enough to stay in the Ghana Premier League, but never good enough to win it. Their quality though as a team is unmatched. Last season, the team finished in 3rd place, their highest position ever in the Premier League history. With this, they are looking into the new season with optimism. The Sogakope Park, where they play, has become a major fortress in Ghana football and a place opposing teams dread playing. Losing Prosper Nate Ogum to Asante Kotoko might be a blow, but the Academy boys have themselves a new man in Guillermo Hamdan Zaragoza. Like John Keller and Klaus Rasmussen before him, Zaragoza is looking to build a Wafa side on the values of good football.
Obviously, bringing what I have been taught in Spain and the way Spanish football is played and has been played for the past probably 15 years, and tying it together with what Wafa has been doing. And I think it's been a very nice fit because our philosophies are very similar. So it's been nice kind of getting to know the players, getting to know the environment, and merging our two philosophies to hopefully take us one more level.
The Academy lost some big names in the transfer window, but they are still looking a solid side to pose a good threat. Nedu Yadom and Justus Tosuche want to replicate last season's form in the imminent season.
This season, my target is to be, after the first round, to be one of the topmost attackers in the Ghana Football League, and Wafa also being in the first top 4 before the first round end. That's my target for the season.
So it's a coach Prosper Niabio. Bibia, a new coach of why team say Bibia Koso Kama. The only players in Bibia Koso Kama.
Every year at Wafa, there is a good blend of youth and older players. Anthony Brebo as one of the new boys. He says he cannot wait to get going in the Premier League.
I was in Division 1 last season, then I had the opportunity to join Wafa. It was a great achievement, you know. Sometimes you feel so proud, you know, being in such an institution. Yeah.
Wafa's third place finish last season may have given them just the boost they need to challenge for the title this year. Can they or can they not? Only time will tell. So for all the news about the Ghana Premier League, 3news.com, and follow us on 3 Sports on all social media platforms for a lot more. All the updates. My name is Kelvin Oswansa. Komladum has a lot more for you.
Thank you very much, Kelvin Oswansa. Now, some story that is just coming through, we're going to be getting you details of that, is emerging from Parliament. But before that, Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin is demanding fairness for the 499 law students who passed a 2021 entrance examination but were denied admission. The Deputy Majority Leader, speaking on the floor of the House, has asked the Chief Justice and the General Legal Counsel to rethink their position on the matter, which they describe as unfair to the students.
But I remember that when I reviewed my script, I had done better. So I made a good mark of 2-1. So, Speaker, you dare not even go and ask for your scripts. But in other jurisdictions, students are able to go through with their tutors after writing your exam, and your tutor will happily take your script and tell you, Alexander, you didn't do well here, you got 2-1, you got 2-2, you could have done better. It's a taboo to ask for your scripts. That's not the kind of academia we want to have in Ghana. That is not. So, Mr. Speaker, just as politicians, when we get it wrong, they tell us, we are telling Ghana Law School that they're continuously frustrating students. They are making the study of law unattractive. I know that for the post-call students, they have started lectures. They started last week. But for the professional law, they are starting next week. General Legal Counsel must take the views of this Parliament seriously by quickly taking steps to remedy the situation. This is Parliament, the voice of the people, and the people's representatives are saying that if you said it's 50%, all those who made the 50% and above, they are about 400 of them. It's not too late to admit them because they have passed. All those questions of we had our own scheme for Section A and B are untenable with respect. I know, my Lord, the Chief Justice is a listening Chief Justice.
You heard there Alexander Afenyo-Markin is the Deputy Majority Leader speaking. Well, Komla Klucha is joining us from Parliament. Komla, is this position by Afenyo-Markin representative of the entire House on this matter?
Very representative of the entire House. I must tell you, Komla, both sides of the House unanimously have agreed that these students have been treated unfairly. They say that if the General Legal Counsel or the Ghana Law School did advertise the procedures and the rules of the game, they do not have to change the rules when the students now go sit for the exam because this had already been advertised. They think that the students have been done or they've been treated unfairly, and that's forthwith the General Legal Counsel, the Parliament, has passed the resolution. In fact, the Deputy Majority Leader was asked by the Speaker to come by a motion. He came with a motion, and then both sides of the House unanimously said that yes, indeed, the General Legal Counsel faulted, and that they should admit the students forthwith. They've also made the case that it's not just going to be the admission that's been given to them. They would also increase their budgetary allocations for the Ghana Law School to make provision for the intake of this student. This matter has lingered on a short while ago. I know that the case was in court and we reported on it. I wasn't surprised. Almost all the members of Parliament from both sides of the House were resolving on this matter that it's totally unfair to the students, and that those who have obtained the 50% mark as advertised by the General Legal Council, they must keep to their own rules of the game and give admission to these students.
Thank you very much, Komla Kluche, Parliamentary Affairs Correspondent. They're bringing us those latest updates from Parliament. If you're just joining us, the story is that Parliament is resolving now at the General Legal Council, the Ghana School of Law must, as a matter of fact, admit all the students who secured 50% of a mark during the entrance examination for which they were rejected or denied entry. Time now for entertainment. Entertainment this afternoon, we take a look at the musical journey of Bob Pinodo, one of Ghana's foremost musical showmen, who traveled the world with his unique style of pop music. Bob Pinodo is famed for songs like The Girl with a Guitar Shape, Disco Dance, Love is Love, and Yesu Ne Majenkwa. Also, tells the story of the music legend.
Come on now, let's dance. Let's dance to the disco. Gonna rock to the foxtrot, rock, 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 baby, let's rock.
Born Robert Kweku Aiden, Bob Pinodo discovered his passion for music in the mid-50s after taking inspiration from his deceased father, who was a multi-instrumentalist. The years that followed saw Bob Pinodo break out to become a top music star. His first song, The Girl with a Guitar Shape, was released in 1966.
And is it the same as what people refer to as Coca-Cola shape now?
I don't know about Coca-Cola shape, but I know if you look at a guitar, you know, the guitar has a very nice shape like this, you know. And so when I use that, and if you picture it in your mind, you will see that the shape is very beautiful. Here comes a pretty baby, the girl with the guitar shape. I love you because of your polite manners. So come and make me great.
The love theme song came with relatable lyrics, subsequently endearing Bob to a larger audience, especially young men and women. The legendary musician boasts of other hit songs including Disco Dance, Love is Love, and Aware Ware, which mostly spoke about love affairs and shared key messages. Aged 76, Bob Pinodo boasts of 7 albums featuring some love classics and spirit-filled gospel hits.
The biggest hit was not released here. It was released in Germany and Yugoslavia, entitled Love Your Neighbor. And if you Google and listen to that song, you know what I'm talking about. But you know, the song that became hit in Ghana, Disco Dance, hey everybody, that one. And then Yes Imagine.
Yes,
that is gospel music. As a matter of fact, I popularized gospel music in this country before all these upcoming musicians.
In his prime, Bob Pinodo was a big name in Germany, the UK, and Yugoslavia.
I was asked to perform in Germany, and during my performance that I had the name Showmaster of Africa, because I was very quiet person and they weren't expecting such a performance from me, you know. So when I took the mic and started performing, the people were amazed and they started shouting.
Bob Pinodo has shared big stages both in and outside Ghana. The legendary musician advised up-and-coming talents to work hard and not abuse drugs.
Put your arms around my neck, darling, and give me some big kissing, darling.
That'll be all for entertainment this afternoon. Time now to find out the latest news making rounds beyond Ghana's borders.
This has called on world leaders meeting next week at the UN Climate Conference in Glasgow to provide effective responses to the environment emergency and offer concrete hope to future generations. Speaking from the Vatican for BBC Radio 4's Thoughts for the Day, the Pope talked of crises including the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change and economic difficulties. The pontiff urged the world to respond to them with vision and radical decisions so as not to waste opportunities that the current challenges present. Pope Francis has frequently evoked the climate crisis in speeches and in 2015 published an encyclical or papal document called Laudato Si, focusing on the issue.
That'll be all for Midday Live from the News Hub here at this weekend. There's a lot more if you log on to 3news.com. I am Komla Adum. For myself, the rest of the team, we say thank you for joining us all throughout the week. And as the weekend approaches, let your hair down, take some rest, simply enjoy the moment. Have a good afternoon.
This program is rated U. It contains no scene, action or dialogue that could be construed as disturbing, harmful or offensive. It is suitable for all ages.
Me is the youngest and about as the sir, that is my name. Who you be? You want to try me, come fi eat you, I go die. Man about my eye, get my head up to the skies. Me no love for chat about that is man a champion, me no lie. Now when me see a book we stuck in us, somebody knows me beat it up. Action music rock it on, so all of the girl them running out. Them see a young boy with talent and them want it down. One go tell the whole world, man a champion. Yeah, me them get me cash you, but me say for the timer. My name be white, somebody say we rap full of Jimmy and cancer. No man, me should white I just the play make you know the poor. Rap never set him. I know I'm a seven kick home, me be so I did to him. O come by dog, me say what do we move the sack of Quanam. I put a big crew, me walk a call, go to be who I go.